Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. We now have Thursday on our plates, and we can do with what we want with Thursday, but I hope it's good things. I hope everybody's doing well. Put in that chat section. Make sure you can hear me. It is, what is it? March 18th. My gosh, of 2021. When I was a teenager, I never even thought I would live this long. It's amazing. Especially the kind of life I was living as a teenager. My goodness. Good to see all you guys today. I'm doing these live sessions so that you can learn how to start, run, and grow online businesses. I'm just sharing with you things I've picked up along the way, things I've done that were successful. I don't teach you any theory. Everything I teach you in these sessions are things I've actually done and had success with, and I just want to hand them over to you and say, hey, you can do the same thing. You can get results too. And today I'm going to talk about YouTube. I've been working on YouTube pretty steadily all through 2020 and 2021. It's been a lot of work, been very rewarding though. I'm very happy with what we've done in YouTube, myself and my wife included, because she has two YouTube channels, and those are really growing too. So the topic for today is YouTube, all about YouTube. That's what we're going to talk about, and thank you for asking, James. And I guess everybody can hear me. Nobody says there's no sound, so I guess the sound is good, so I guess there's no problem there. YouTube is really there's nothing out there like YouTube. I got to tell you guys, there's nothing in the world like YouTube. Like, I could go live right now on Facebook, and I would be lucky if after a week, maybe 10 people ever saw that video. Whereas on YouTube, I can go live and maybe we only have a few that are live, but a week later I could have 100 or 1,000 people that see this video, and that's pretty cool. So the number one thing about YouTube is you can get a message out there and people are going to see it. Now the really cool thing about YouTube is that it's there forever, okay, or as long as YouTube's going to be around. So if I do a video now, it's like an asset. It's something that's going to keep playing and playing and earning me money. And I do want to talk about different ways to make money on YouTube. I know the only way that everybody talks about YouTube is that running ads on your videos can make you money, and they can make you money, and I'm not saying they can't. I get paid every single month because of ads on my videos, but that is not where you're going to make the majority of your money. The majority of your money is going to be made in different areas on YouTube, and I do want to talk a little bit about today some of the top YouTubers out there, because it would really surprise you. One of the top ones in 2000, well, I looked at some old statistics. 2019 was an 8-year-old, okay, and it does involve his family, but he made $26 million, and I think that was called Ryan's World. Let me just check here and see. I think it was Ryan's World. I was just looking at, yeah, it's a channel called Ryan's World. It has 29 million subscribers, and it's a little kid. He now has 1.94 thousand videos and 675 million views, and he's an 8-year-old kid. Did I mention that? He's an 8-year-old kid. So it really doesn't matter how old you are on YouTube. It doesn't matter if you're old or young or somewhere in between. YouTube is available to everybody. YouTube is just really incredible. And the thing about YouTube, I'll tell you, is that you got to put in a lot of work, but there's a lot of money to come back. So let's talk about some of those money streams that are out there. Do you promote your channel on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc.? I don't really promote the channel, James. What I do is when I post a video, and I have a video editor and social media guy that does that, but what he'll do is he'll post it on Twitter and he posts it on Facebook at the same time. And the reason being is, according to TubeBuddy, those are two of the best practices, is to post it in those two places. I'll tell you, I don't get hardly anything out of Twitter or Facebook, but I do it because you're supposed to do it. So that's my promotion. So I don't talk about it much. As a matter of fact, I don't talk about it at all. I'm not a Facebook person, I'll be honest with you, and I'm not a Twitter person, and I'm not an Instagram person. I'm definitely a YouTube person. I'm all in on YouTube. Those other channels are great, I'm sure. Here's the thing, you got to kind of pick your lane and stay in it, and mine is YouTube. To be good at every single lane out there, I guess you'd have to have a huge staff and really be doing stuff all the time. I just don't do it. I don't do TikTok. I don't do what's the other one, Snapchat. I don't do that. Just not my thing, but I understand that is an avenue you can go. So let's talk about how you can make money on YouTube, okay? If you care about that, okay? If you care about that at all. The first way you can make money on YouTube is to give stuff away. That sounds crazy, right? Giving stuff away is going to make you money, but it does, and here's why it does. Because you're building your list. If you're a marketer, and you're especially a digital marketer online, and you're not adding people to your list every day, you're missing out. Because when you add people to your list, you can then email them, you can then text them, and when you do that, you can sell them whatever you've got to sell. I have courses out there, I have monthly memberships out there, and a lot of these courses will make people a lot of money. I mean, they can pay 27 bucks a month and join one of my courses, or 97 and join like Ecom Road, excuse me, not Ecom Road, e-business toolbox, and they get access to a ton of training. And they can make a lot of money for very small investment. So, I market those things to them. Do I make money on other items? Yeah, I make money on affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is basically on my videos, in the description, I have links to products that I love, I use. And when you go to click on one of these links, it's going to take you to Amazon. And when you go to Amazon, you're going to if you buy anything at all, I get a commission. And it doesn't even matter if you buy that product, it's just if you click that link, and I think that link is good for like 48 hours, I still get paid. So every single month Amazon sends me money and puts it in my account because people click on those affiliate links, which is kind of cool. And I have other individual affiliate links in there, like I'm a TubeBuddy affiliate, so when people click on TubeBuddy and they sign up for TubeBuddy, I don't get paid anything because it's free. But if you buy the upgraded version of TubeBuddy, then I get a little bit of a payment. So, none of these things in themselves make me a ton of money, but when you combine them all together, they do. And I'll get to the advertising in just a second. Have you done ads on YouTube for your channel? I don't advertise for my channel, no. I do advertise for products I have. I have the e-business toolbox. Digital course designer will also be advertised on YouTube. But I don't really try to get people to come to my channel, anything like that. I just don't. All of my traffic to my channel is organic. That means I've generated it myself. I haven't spent any money on it. And I'll get to the advertising on my videos too in just a second. So the thing I'll tell you is you've got to look at these other ways to make money on YouTube. And the reason you've got to look at these other ways is that in the beginning, you're not going to get ad money. You're just not. Ad money comes after you've got 1,000 subscribers, of which I'm approaching 5,000, and I want to talk about something else you get at 5,000. And you've got 4,000 hours of watch time. So those of you out there who are thinking, well, I'm going to pay one of these services and I'm just going to get, subscribers, because they can get you subscribers for $10. I can get 1,000 subscribers or whatever it is. It'll do you zero good. It'll do you zero good because you not only need the subscribers, you also need the watch time. And those fake subscribers that you buy are never going to watch your videos. They're just not, okay? They're not going to do it. And if they don't watch your videos, you're not going to get the watch time. And if you don't get the watch time, then of course you're not going to get monetized. On top of that, you'll actually get penalized. And the reason being is, if YouTube sees that you have 5,000, 10,000 subscribers, whatever it is, whatever the number is, you pick it, and they're not watching your videos, they know they're fake. So they're going to do one or two things. They're either not going to show your videos to the masses out there, or they're going to ban your account. So do you want that to happen? Is that worth it? I would say no, it's not worth it. When are you launching the digital course? If you're talking about digital course designer, gosh, that should be coming out. Man, I'm working on it. I worked on it late last night up until about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I would say in the next week or two, it should be done. I got to really get on the stick and get in here and record some more. I have it all written out, but I have to record all the modules. Got to get those uploaded. Right now I'm in module 3, and I think I got 3 or 4 videos in there. So I've done the first 2 modules. I'm on module 3, and I'm probably going to have about 7 or 8 modules. And it's going to teach you how to do courses. I've done a ton of courses. I've made a lot of money on courses, guys. And if you want to know how to do courses, put in that in the description, the comments or the chat that you're interested in that, and I'll make sure I'll hit you up when that comes out. Thank you for asking that question. That is a great question, James. So next up, okay, so your YouTube channel. You want subscribers, you want view. The best way to get that, number one, is have good content, but you have to have a niche that people are interested in. Okay, if you don't have a niche that people are interested in, it's going to be really hard to build your subscriber base. So whatever you decide your niche is, maybe it's hunting and fishing, maybe it's baking, maybe it's sewing, I don't know, basketball, whatever it is. Look and see what channels are already out there, and the ones that have a lot of subscribers and a lot of views, figure out what they're doing. Look at their channels, go through their videos, watch their videos, see what they do on a daily basis, see how often they post, see how long their videos are, see what subjects they do videos on, and you need to kind of model after that. The fortunate thing about starting YouTube now is that there's a lot of data there. There's a lot of people that went before you that have already done some of this stuff, and since they've already done some of this stuff, you've got somebody to model after. If you started YouTube 10-15 years ago, it was much harder. Now I know there's fewer YouTubers, you're going to tell me all that stuff, but there was no examples of what worked. Okay, now there are examples of what works, so that makes it a whole lot easier. Aldine, what's going on, buddy? You just jumped in there. Yes, digital course designer, of course. Yeah, I thought you were talking about that. So that's something you want to think about when you pick this niche. Is there an audience for it? Are there people that are really interested in baking cupcakes, or learning how to do jump rope, or whatever it is you've picked? And I see a lot of channels are random. They're like lifestyle channels where they're traveling, or they're just documenting what they're doing every day. And I'm kind of documenting what I'm doing. I tell you guys what I do every day, but mine is all about making money online. So that's going to have a huge effect on how much you make on ads. Ads really run the gamut. You have a thing called CPM, and that's cost per thousand. The cost per thousand is what the advertisers are paying to run ads on your channel. That can be as little as $1. Okay, it could go up to $50. I would say the average CPM is like between $6 and $10 for most YouTube channels, because most YouTube channels are not that specific. Mine is pretty specific. It's how to make money online. It's not how to make money. It's not how to start a business. It's how to make money online. So that's pretty specific. Now my CPM is $41. That is crazy stuff to have a CPM that high. And I'm very fortunate, but it's only because I picked a niche that people can advertise on and really target people. And I'm trying to find here if I could pull it up any of this so you guys could see this. I don't know if I could pull it up on my phone or not. But that's the next way you're going to make money, is through ads. And let's see here, reach audience overview. I'm trying to find some of my numbers here so you guys can see. It's really hard on the phone though to show you that. Yeah, I can show you my RPM. So for every 1,000 views that I get on my channel, my RPM, which is my revenue per thousand, is $23.78, and you can see that right there. I think $23.78. You can see that. So that's for every 1,000 views I get. I get $23 and something. So I want to get more and more views. Obviously, if I get more and more views, I make more money. Do you use Google AdWords to see what people are searching? I do a little bit, depending on what I'm doing. So if I'm running a Google ad, I would use Google AdWords. But if I'm running an ad on YouTube, I'm going to probably use YouTube search. And when you type in anything in YouTube search, it's going to pull back, the top searches for people. There's going to be a drop down. It's going to show that. But then what I do is I go over to TubeBuddy, and then I see in TubeBuddy different searches, and I try to rank that title in TubeBuddy, because that's going to give me a better indicator, because TubeBuddy integrates with YouTube and it finds me all this information. If you don't have TubeBuddy, I would recommend that you go to my description after this video is over with. It won't be there now, but after this video is over with, and you can download TubeBuddy absolutely free. It's a free thing. I am an affiliate for TubeBuddy. They do have an upgraded version of TubeBuddy Pro or whatever it is. If you get that one, it will have a lot more information in there for you. So, do check that out. I would definitely recommend you using TubeBuddy. And you really, Google AdWords is a good tool to see what people are searching the internet for. But if I'm going to do something on YouTube, I want to see what they're searching in YouTube for. And that sounds like the same thing, but it really isn't. YouTube's a lot more specific. So that's what I would do. I would use TubeBuddy and figure that out as opposed to just going to using AdWords. So yeah, so you can make money on ads. Now, how often do you get paid? I get paid every month. They send me a payment every single month. They send my wife a payment every single month. So between her and me, we have an income off that, and that's kind of nice. And anybody listening to this, okay, if you're listening to this right now, okay, and you can hear me talking, you can do the same thing. I'm not special. She's not special. It's just a matter of putting content out that people want and content that people will watch. And how do you figure that out? You just figure it out by looking at other channels that are out there and seeing what they're doing and doing something similar. It's really that easy. I mean, it's really not that hard. Now, I say it's not hard. It's simple, but yeah, it is hard. It's hard because you've got to put forth the effort. You got to sit down and you got to actually do videos. Do you use? Okay, I already answered that one there. Put your questions in there, guys. I really appreciate getting these questions, and I'm gonna keep referencing them because you guys can come up with the best subjects, actually, better so than me, because you know what you want. And my goal is to supply you with what you want. I want to give you what you want. So on YouTube, the next thing you want to look at is, I talked about titles because we kind of talked about TubeBuddy, so you got to have a good title. But you also want to have a description below that video, and that description shouldn't be every single thing that's in the video, okay? But what I do is maybe I'll take the script part of the first 2 or 3 minutes of the video and I'll put that in the description so people can read it. I also put the minute markers in there when I talk about different subjects. If you just type in 12:48, it's gonna, when you do that and you put that in the description, when people click on it, it's going to go to 12 minutes and 48 seconds in your video. It's automatically going to do it, okay? So you need to kind of scan through your video and see what's in there and give some minute markers. Put that in your description. Now, what's interesting is those are the things you need to do to grow your channel. I mean, you just do. Now, you can find somebody like Mr. Beast, and he doesn't even have a description. He doesn't have any tags, he doesn't have any of that because he's so big. At this point, he could just do a video. And you could get that way too. I have certain people that, every time I post a video, they watch now, which is cool. It doesn't matter what the tags are. It doesn't matter what the title is. They're just going to watch, which I really appreciate, by the way. So thanks for doing that. Thanks for defining the difference between AdWords and a YouTube search. Thank you, James. I appreciate you appreciating that. Yeah, they are different. And there's so many nuances about, working online. And if you don't talk to somebody that's already done it, it's really kind of hard to really figure this thing out. I mean, it really is. I mean, you could do it, but it would just take you forever. It's better just to listen to somebody who's already done it. And that's what I've done. I listen to people who've had huge channels, and I listen to what they did and took some of their advice, and I read books, and I do this all the time. So it's not like I read it, a year ago and then I'm set, because these things change. They definitely change, and you've got to change along with the times. I'm reading Daryl Eves' book now on YouTube, and I can't remember the title of it, but it looks like it's going to be a good book. I don't have time to do all that I want to do, but this is what you have to do, right? You got to do that you got to do that. You got to do that. Let me give me a sip here. So the next thing on your channel is thumbnails, and I've talked about this in previous videos, but I still see people that don't do any thumbnails, and I don't know why they don't do it. It makes no sense to me, because that's the one thing that's going to capture people's attention. And the simpler you keep them, the better. You don't have to put any words on your thumbnail. Some people think they got to put all these words on the thumbnail, and they get no views because of that. I have a friend that I was coaching a little bit, and I've told him over and over, don't put so many words in your thumbnail. He keeps doing it, and he gets 1 or 2 views. I'm like, nobody's going to click. They're just not going to click. It makes it look amateurish if you put a lot of words on there. So 2, 3, 4 words max. Usually somebody's face on there. And I also want to talk to you about faceless videos, because I have a video that teaches how to do faceless videos. See, I'm having a hard time finding a simple camera a coffee can use. I'm finding a simple camera a coffee can use. Not quite sure what you mean by that, James. Yeah, I've tried my smartphone, and my old Motorola Play keeps shutting down. Smartphones work pretty well. I mean, they really do. You want to use the front-facing camera though, and what I mean by that is, on your cell phone, you've got this side, and you got this side. You want to use this camera here. This camera here is a lot better than the one on the front of your camera. The one on your front of your camera is not so good. So you definitely want to use this camera right here. If you've got a decent smartphone, the only thing you need to do is plug into a microphone, which I have a link in the description section, and you can get a microphone on Amazon for about $29, and that's really all you need. You don't need anything more. We do have a DSLR camera, a Canon something or other. I don't know. It's in the description. And we use that one for filming my weekly videos where I'll batch and do 10 or 12 of them. However, you don't need it. You don't need it. You can use that one there. That camera is very good on my phone. Codger clumsy fingers again. Let's see here. All right, so I'm having a hard time finding a simple camera a coffee can use. A codger can use. Okay. You can use anything, James. Come on, man. Age don't matter. We were all 10 years old. We were all 15. We were all 25. Age don't matter. Doesn't make a bit of difference. So let's get back to this, the thumbnail thing. So you got to have good thumbnails. The way you can do thumbnails is you can take some headshots of you with different expressions, and that's what we do. And then my video editor actually uses those in different spots. So we use some of the same pictures over and over that have gotten good clicks. We'll do that. You can take a snapshot of what you're doing. Let's say you're in a restaurant or you're eating a huge pizza or whatever you're doing. You can hold up that pizza and be looking at it and take a picture of that. I know Food Bro, what's his name? I can't think of his name now. The Report of the Week guy. He does that. Whatever sandwich he's eating, he'll hold it up and look at the sandwich or whatever. So you can do that to get people's attention. And I also said I wanted to mention that you can do faceless videos. And what I mean by faceless videos, there's a guy I watched named The World According to Briggs. So you can check that out, The World According to Briggs. Let me put that in here. Check out The World According to Briggs. Now what he does is he does a top 10. It could be the top 10 worst cities to live in the U.S., the top 10 most expensive cities to live in the U.S., the top 10 most dangerous states in America. Whatever it is, he always does like this top 10 countdown thing, and he's never on camera. He shows B-roll of those cities, and he has a counter, and he's kind of funny, and he narrates over it, but he's never on camera. I have seen him go live a couple times, so I know what he looks like, but his whole channel is him not on camera. There's another one called Mashed. Let's see. Check out the channel Mashed. And it's a lady who just voices over different things, and it could be the Filet-O-Fish sandwich at McDonald's. It could be, Pizza Hut pizza. It could be the best fast food restaurants. And she just voices over. If you check out that channel, she's got millions and millions of subscribers and millions of views. And that's a pretty cool channel. She has cool music in the background. She has a really good narration voice. So yeah, you could do that. What other one here? How do you crop a photo for thumbnail? You can do that several ways. I use Photoshop. I like Photoshop a lot. So I'll use Photoshop. There's some free editing software out there. You could use Canva. Canva is absolutely free. So you could use Canva, and they have paid things in there where if you need, I don't know, extra pictures or backgrounds or whatever, you can pay $1 or $2 or whatever and buy that stuff from them. But Canva is really good if you don't want to pay for something. I like Photoshop. Photoshop's really easy for me. All the thumbnails that you see for these daily videos, I am doing those. And I use a template that my video editor put together, and then I'll change the dates on there and the times and all that kind of stuff, and I do all that in Photoshop, so that's all done there. What else can I tell you about YouTube? It's a long-term game, so if you want to make money over the next 30 or 60 days, I would buy one of my courses, okay? But if you want to make money on YouTube, understand it's going to take you 6 months to a year, maybe 2 years to make money. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear, oh my God, I've got to put forth effort for a year or two before I make money. Well, if you go to college, you're going to have to spend 4 years before you make any money. And then there's no guarantee, okay? At least on YouTube, if you put out good videos for a year or two, you're going to be guaranteed some income. That income is going to be there for years to come. So that's pretty cool stuff. But with college, you don't know. And I'm not saying don't go to college. I went to college. I got one of those degrees. I mean, I don't know. Did it do me any good? I don't know. I mean, it proved to me I could get through something. And I went to college on my own. I had to pay for it on my own. My dad had passed away, and my mother didn't have any money. And I went through college, got my degree in 3 years and 3 months. So I went through pretty quick. But I went through pretty quick because back then you could pay for full time, and you could take 12 hours, or you could take 21 hours. So a lot of times I was taking 18 or 21 hours. My last semester I took 21 hours because it was the same price as 12 hours. And I just wanted to get my money's worth. You paid a flat fee, and I went to Old Dominion University. The cool thing about Old Dominion, actually, this past year they wrote an article on me. They did a story on me in their newspaper, and that's kind of cool because I went to school there, and now they're contacting people who were successful to do stories about them. So that was pretty cool that they actually did that. A couple years ago, the president of Old Dominion University came to San Diego. He invited some of the top graduates, I guess what he considered the top graduates, went and had dinner with him. That was pretty cool because when I was in college, nobody knew who I was, right? They didn't know me from anything. I was the kid who had the beat up car, and I was bartending, and I didn't have any money. Nobody was interested in me back then. Okay, so now to have a little bit of interest, that's pretty cool. I've read on average it takes 2 years to get 1,000 subscribers. I don't know, James. I really don't know. I would say 6 months to a year is what I would tell somebody. I have gained in the past 7 months, I think 2,500 subscribers, but I already had a little over 2,000 then. So I'm almost at 5,000. Now, when you get to 5,000 subscribers, that's another big hurdle because you can join FameBit. FameBit is an arm of YouTube. And what FameBit is once you join that, it opens you up to sponsors. YouTube will now say, hey, there's these sponsors now that will pay you to talk about their products or do videos for them. So once you reach that level, that's pretty cool. And most people don't reach very high levels, and they don't because they don't do a lot of work. It's not because they can't. Any of you listening to this can do this. If you can talk, if you can talk and you can get your voice out, you can do videos. And some people don't even talk. They hire people to voice over their stuff for them, so they don't even do that. But if you can do that, you can earn the money. Now, the big one is if you ever get to 1 million subscribers. That's huge. I mean, that's really huge. But at 1 million subscribers, you're going to be making tremendous money. If you've marketed right and you're doing your affiliate stuff right, you're doing all these things right, you're going to make tremendous money at 1 million subscribers. But listen to this. There's 7 billion people in the world. There's only 2,000 people that have 1 million subscribers. Did you hear that? There's only 2,000 people in the entire world that have 1 million subscribers. So that's a very exclusive club to be in. I hope to be there one day, and I think I will actually. But it's not an easy thing to achieve at all, by far. It's not, okay? But it can be done. If you don't put forth any effort, I promise you'll never get there. You just won't. I bet Old Dominion hit you up for a donation. Oh my gosh, they do all the time. They do all the time. But I think I donated enough with my tuition. I went there, my wife went there, and my daughter graduated from there. When I say my wife went there, all three of us graduated from Old Dominion University in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, which is the sister college to William and Mary, the famous law school. So that's kind of YouTube in a nutshell. Do you want to do it? Man, if you don't, I don't know why you don't. I don't know why you wouldn't want to. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to do a video a day and put it on YouTube and make some money? I mean, gosh, I was lazy in the beginning. I don't know if I was lazy in the beginning or I just didn't understand, but I didn't do them on a consistent basis. I didn't put forth the effort. Maybe I didn't realize how much money I could make. Now that I realize that, it's like, I want to do a video. It's like if I told you today, let's say you had a million subscribers or 500,000 subscribers. When you do a video and you got that many subscribers, that one video could be worth $5,000, $10,000 when you do one video, okay? So if I told you that if you did a video, you'd make $5,000, how many videos would you make today? Approximately. I mean, you may say, well, I'd try to make as many as I could. But the thing is, you'll never get to that point where you make $5,000 or $10,000 on a video until you start doing videos. You just won't get there. And people will say, well, JR, don't tell people to start YouTube channels because they're going to be in competition with you. I don't care, man. I want success for you guys. That's really what I want, is success for you to be able to achieve these things. It's, you know, that is a scarcity attitude where you don't want other people to be doing what you're doing. I don't care if a million people do what I'm doing. Nobody can do exactly what I do because nobody's me. Nobody can do exactly what you're doing because you're you. You're unique. There's going to be certain people that are going to really dislike you. There are going to be certain people that just love you, okay? But you won't know until you start doing something. So I would say any of you listening to this, you should do it. I mean, you just definitely should do it. You listen this long, you're listening to me on this subject, you obviously have some interest in this. Why wouldn't you do that? Is consistency important in posting videos? Oh my gosh, yes. And where's Paul today? I don't see Paul today. He skipped out on us today. Let me get a sip here real quick. When you say consistency, James, and here's what I know, I know what he means, and he's helping me out. Excuse me. And that means that when you post, let's say you post 3 videos a week, make sure you post them on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that people know when they come out. And you do them every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you don't have the ability to do them 3 times a week, and you can only do 4 videos a month, pick a day that it's going to come out on. If it's going to come out on Tuesdays, make sure it's every single Tuesday. Not only that, make sure it comes out at the same exact time. So if I pick 10 o'clock in the morning, every time I do a video, at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's going to come out. Now, I think we post them, gosh, I should know this, but I think 6 to 9 a.m., depending on the day. And it's because that's when the majority of my audience is online. So that's why I post on those days. And the next thing that you can do to grow your channel, and I'll leave you with this one, is volume. Volume. And that is the size of your video, how long it is, and also the frequency. So if you can post, once a week, that's great. But twice a week is better. And 3 times a week's better than that, and 4 times a week's better than that, and 5 times a week's better than that, and 3 times a day is even better than that. So the maximum you can do, the maximum you can pull off, do it. Don't do the maximum that you can do for 2 weeks and then for a month not be able to do anything. You do better off to take the maximum number of videos you can do in a month and spread it out over 4 weeks. Okay, that's the best way to do it. Don't try to post a whole lot in one day and then not show up for a week or 2. You will lose your audience because they need that consistency. And when I say length of videos, you want longer rather than shorter. So we want to satisfy the YouTube algorithm, which says over 8 minutes. You want an 8-minute video. I do 10 to 14 minutes, but you can do a 20-minute. You can do a 30-minute video if you want. This one here, I'm at 33 minutes, but this is a live video, so it's kind of different because it's an exchange. It's a Q&A type thing. You guys can ask me questions. I can answer stuff for you. So I hope you enjoyed the session today. I love being here with you guys. Really do love you. Love the fact that you guys are participating. I got my buddy James in there today. He's really keeping me going, and I really appreciate him doing that. And Aldine's in there from Jamaica. That's a pretty cool place too. I appreciate you guys really participating. And I didn't tell you yet. Oh my gosh, I'm slipping. But you got to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. Make sure you ring the bell. Turn on all bell notifications so you're notified every single time I go live. I really need that thumbs up too. That thumbs up matters a lot. Hit that thumbs up button. And it's not like you can hit one of the thumbs up on one of my videos and you're done with it. What you need to do is do thumbs up on all the videos. All of them. Okay, so thumbs up all of them. I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. Thanks so much for participating, for being there. Check out the rest of my videos. Check out the rest of my channel. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. There we go. I finally got it turned off.